Hello everyone, Thursday, April 12th, 2018. Of course, yesterday was New Comic Book Day, which means today is New Comic Book Video Time. Was not a very big week for books, just a few books. And so I'm going to show you what I did pick up. And then I've been getting a lot of questions as it relates to the cross books I've been putting up. I've been putting up a lot of limited edition cross books numbered, anywhere from 750 to 1100. And that's really not a lot of books when you think about it. I understand that Crossed is not one of the more popular storylines, but for those of us who love the horror genre, the covers are just absolutely brutal. So some people were asking me what were some of the covers that kind of made you take a second look. So I'm going to show you a couple of those covers today. So let's jump right into the books. Number 2 image, Oblivion Song. So far, so good. We'll see what happens. Of course, the first issue sold really well, but like we discussed in other videos, it sold well, but stores loaded up on it real heavy because of who did the book. So there's a lot of first print number 1 still available in shops. So there was that. Trinity, number 21. Real nice Wonder Woman cover there. And then regular Wonder Woman 44. Scooby Apocalypse, of course, with a little secret squirrel action. That's number 24. Detective 978, 2 covers. This was the one I preferred, but Batman Superman on it. How can you go wrong with a Batman Superman cover? Really cool cover here. Spider-Man versus Deadpool 31. Hulk taking care of some serious business right there. I did enjoy that cover. And speaking of Hulk, we are going to have Weapon H first print. I didn't get a chance to find one, but I found one this week, so I grabbed it up right there. Weapon H. Thanos 18. Of course, Infinity War is coming out very soon, so I think in about a month. Very excited about that. So Thanos 18. Of course, this was a really good storyline with the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Really good. So there was a lot of positive reviews on it. I really enjoyed it. I hope you looked at it, read it, and you enjoyed it as well. And then Captain America 700 came out this week. And when I looked at the book, the regular 700 cover didn't really do a whole lot for me. So the only cover I picked up for 700 was this cover. It's the Venom with the baby, and I enjoyed that cover, so I bought it. And there is that. Of course, as you know, when you go to shops, tons of Venomized covers coming out because, they're jumping on the movie. Of course, everybody's buying anything Venom, so, of course, Marvel is going to capitalize on that. So, like I had stated at the start of this video, I've been getting a lot of comments as it relates to some of the cross covers. A lot of people didn't really read Crossed, and then I showed some of these covers, and they were like, well, I really like that cover. So someone had said, what were some covers that kind of made you go, So I'm going to show you a couple of covers. Just some covers that I thought were really nice, first of all, or just kind of really wicked in nature. And then I'm going to show you 3 covers that really have me kind of rolling my eyes. So this first one, limited to 1,000. This is part of the Psychopath storyline. This was WonderCon issue number 1. Not working out real well for the clowns right there. This was just a really cool cover, I thought, when I saw it. This is limited to 850. This is issue 25. This was the Fresh Kill variant. Put this back. This is Cross Psychopath issue 1 auxiliary. This was limited to 1,500. This kind of starts pushing the boundaries of little girl right there and surrounded by a lot of blood and people that do not want to do her any favors. So you kind of look at that and it's like crimes against children or violence against children, which I am not really for, but you know, these covers kind of drew me in. This, like I had stated in previous videos, this was more of a harder core version of the old EC stuff from the 50s. And now we're going to get into some covers that just kind of made me, you know, look at them like, wow. This is limited to 850. This is a Mid-Ohio variant. This is Cross Family Values number 4. And if you cannot tell, that's a man with an axe and a baby in a crib. So that was something that when it came out, people were like, So there was that. There's another one here. This is crossed. This is issue 7 of the original Cross run. This was limited to 1,500. It's another one that just kind of makes you roll your eyes and say, what does a person think when they draw something like this? And the last one is Crossed Family Values. This is issue 4 auxiliary, limited to 1,500. And there was that. Again, another one where you look at it and say, what was the person thinking about when they decided to do a cover like this? So, Cross came out with tons of covers that just kind of made you roll your eyes. These were just 3 that kind of jumped out at me. I don't condone any type of violence towards women, especially children. But, you know, from the concept of I am a horror genre fan, things like that always draw my attention. But even I have kind of boundaries where I kind of look at it like, you know, that's kind of over the edge. I have a complete run of Crossed with as many issues as I could get. And even though those were kind of pushing the boundaries, I still bought them for the collection. So there was that. And if you're interested in any of those, I mean, someone had made a comment to put out there that if anybody's interested in any of those, you can send me a message or something like that. I am probably going to put some of those up on eBay because there has been a lot of people asking for the limited numbered books. So those were all limited in number. I saw something got a nice message from DS Comics regarding my last video. And so I just want to put this out there. There are some people who like the rants I do when it talks about CGC, and there's people who don't like the rants. So the good thing about DS Comics is he sent me a message and said, you know what? I really enjoy the content of your videos, and I don't always agree with everything. He says, I do not agree with your views on grading, but I do enjoy your videos, and I, you know, appreciate your perspective and the passion that you bring. And that's what this is all about. It's not about me being right, them being wrong, or vice versa. It's about me having an opinion, putting it out there, and people replying to that, you know, opinion. And the reason I do that is because other companies are now, or other, you know, viewers are starting to do some grading videos, whether it's CBCS, CGC, or whatever. And when I started doing these videos, I did my very first grading video 5 years ago. And when I did these 5 years ago, no one was doing them. And no one was speaking out about the things that were, you know, negative about the industry. And so it's not a fact of me just going on these, you know, rants and rants and rants. It's about seeing someone who's standing up for something, and I'm just kind of giving them some support. I mentioned it in the last video about, you know, I can't think of the name right now, but they did their videos as it relates to grading. I gave them some support, threw it out there. And then DS Comics came out with a really, really nice comment. And it's true. You don't have to agree with what I say, and I don't have to agree with what you say, but the beauty of this industry and the beauty of the people in this community is that I can have my opinions, you can have your opinions, you can like, you know, your character, I can like my characters, and we can have, you know, a good discussion back and forth, and maybe there's some things you don't agree with, and there's maybe some things you might say, you know what, I never looked at it in that text, and maybe I'll take a closer look at it, and vice versa. There's people who send me things, I'm like, you know what, I'll take a look at it, and you know what, I do see things there that, you know, might be different. Just like with the Cross books, not everybody's going to like that, okay, because that is kind of over the edge and over the top, but that's okay. Everybody doesn't have to like things. Again, That's what makes this community great. That's what makes the people great. That's what makes the people who watch this channel good, is because we can have that good back and forth and not get butthurt when someone doesn't agree with their opinion. There's a lot of people who get upset with me because I don't agree with their opinion. Okay, but at least I have, you know, the guts to come in front of a camera and give you that opinion and not hide behind a keyboard or not put my face out there. This is who I am. I go to all the local conventions. People come up to me all the time and say, hey, I love your videos, or hey, you know what? I think you're an ass. I don't like your videos. That's fine. That's what this is all about. You don't hurt my feelings if you don't agree with me. I'm not trying to force my opinion down anybody's throat. I do a channel every week, and people enjoy that channel. And again, I appreciate all the people who watch my, you know, videos. I appreciate the good support. So thank you for that. Again, I'm going to try and do another video this week as it relates to some older vintage books that I may or may not be putting up on eBay. I've been getting a good response on that. And the people who've been buying from me have enjoyed the books they've gotten, and they've enjoyed the grades they've gotten. So that's pretty much it for tonight. I try to keep my videos around the 12-minute mark because anything longer than that, people tend to get tired of it. So again, I hope you like the content. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. If you know somebody who might want to subscribe, subscribe and send me a question. I try to answer all my questions because, again, I do appreciate the support that I'm getting. So I hope you liked the video. But as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great night, and I'll see you in a few days.